Lunchtime basketball para sa inyong mga kaliga as we are streaming live from the Antipolo Sports Hub. The face-off between Rizal Switch Fibers and Mandaluyong Junior Microsmiths is done. We now move on to the next battle. Dumayo ang Davao Thorns para kalabanin ang home team ng Antipolo JY Titans in 3 divisions starting in the 18 and under. Tuloy-tuloy ang aksyon dito sa country's premier youth basketball league, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Magandang hapon po, Eman Cabiles, Noy Africa, shining through in this gloomy Tuesday afternoon together with our courtside reporter CJ Ang. Coach Noy, Davao versus Antipolo JY Titans, what can we expect?
Well, Davao still looking for their first victory, 0-1 so far, while Antipolo looking to even their slate, currently at 1-2. A victory here will put them at 2-2.
So far, sino ang mga ating players na babantayan?
Yeah, that's right. And talking about the Davao King Thorns against JT Bulacan Taipan, in that game they lost big, 66-47. In that game, they shot only 31% from the field, and from the three-point area, even worse, 1 out of 16 for a very low 6%. And points in the paint, they gave up too much points to Bulacan in that game, 32 against just 22 for themselves. But in that loss, there was only one player, and actually no player from Davao scored in double figures, but the guy that led them in scoring, Lawrence Mandalano, finished with 8 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal.
Samantala, sa panig naman ng Antipolo JY Titans, coming off a victory, no?
Yeah, they won over the Marikina Junior Shoemasters, finally getting their first victory after losing their first 2 games. In that game, they shot very well from the field, 50%, and they will look, of course, to still continue to out-rebound their opponent in that game. 38 rebounds against just 22 for Marikina, and 3-point field goals. They were able to make 10, and let's see if they can continue that hot shooting here as the player to watch for them, Jared Cruz, in that win finished with 23 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and a steal.
Samantala, umpisa na natin tong laban as we turn you over to our venue announcer, Sir Gerald Rosetes.
Good afternoon, basketball fans of Junior MPBL, and welcome to Sports Hub Antipolo City. The basketball action continue, and we're live on the official Facebook page and YouTube channel of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 2. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. It's a battle between Davao King Thorns versus Antipolo JY Titans. Let's meet the starter first from your Davao King Thorns. Guard number 27, Subair Sahali. Shooting guard number 20, Benedict Bitare. Forward number 11, Versis Locke. Power forward number 5, Bill Jeremy Grabador. Center number 26, Giancarlo Del Rosario. The head coach of Davao King Thorns, 18 under, is Coach Arvin Braganza, assisted by Iris Isip and Ed Bondok. And now, it's time to meet the starting lineup of your Antipolo JY Titans. Point guard number 19, Diego Abuan. Guard number 18, Keith Matthew Zagil. Center number 27, Jason Castillo. Power forward number 8, Nino Pereira. Forward number 17, Gab Zuliao. The head coach of Antipolo JY Titans is Coach Oscar Biboy Simon, Assistant Coach Mark Gondoñez, and I Cadarao.
We now take a look at the first 5 of both teams. For Antipolo, it's Diego Abuan, Keith Daguil, Nino Ferrer, Gab Toliao, Jason Castillo. Samantala sa Davao, it's Sahali, Bitare, Gravador, Rosario, and Loque. Our referees for this match, first referee John Mahinay, second referee Dong Ramos, and our crew chief Nino Barcenas. Davao King Thorns versus Antipolo JY Titans in the 18 and under division. Ang ganda ng simula ng hapon natin dito, Coach Noy.
That it still continues to be very sunny outside and very bright at the panel. But of course, the head coach is here. I don't think he needs further introduction. B-Boy Simon,
Oh,
of course, one of the best scorers
right.
in regional basketball. And on the other side, Coach Arvin Braganza used to play for the UP Fighting Maroons.
Yes.
And right now, turning into a career in coaching. I talked to him earlier, Davao King Thorns, about half of this team, part of the Team B of San Beda Taytay.
Samantala, yeah, going back to Coach B-Boy Simon, no, kasama niya yung kanyang player dati sa PCU na ngayon turn coach, Mark Ordonez, isa sa kamador yan ni Coach B-Boy. At ito naman si Coach B-Boy, kung natatandaan mo pa noong 90s, the Metropolitan Basketball Association or MBA, from its start to finish, si Coach B-Boy ang record holder noon sa most number of points, no? If I'm not mistaken, 63 points.
Yeah, I'm actually checking it right now
Yan, Google.
just to make sure.
And Coach B-Boy Simon ng Laguna Lakers dati sa NBA. Idol namin yan dati sa San Pedro. So we're still waiting for the tip-off right here. No? Our officials clarifying several minor issues lang naman with our beloved commissioner, Keith Picasso.
Okay, I finally found it. B-Boy Simon recorded an NBA record 54
Oh,
points.
54.
in
Sino?
Mas maganda kasing kwento pag 60, di ba?
So 54 points, yes.
But of course, equally impressive, the 54
Yes.
points. And just imagine that amount of experience that he gets to share with these kids.
And that's a big thing considering na mga kasama niya dun sa now defunct NBA was the great Romel Aducol, no, at iba pang greats ng Philippine Pro Basketball.
And of course, that's exactly the mission and vision of Manny Pacquiao Jr. MPBL to give these players the ability to showcase their talents at the grassroots level, and of course be able to discover new players, especially in a regional setting.
Samantala, right off the bat, both teams scoring in their first possessions. Right now, possession to the Davao King Thorns, that drive in the middle. Nothing there. Possession now dito sa Antipolo, JY Titans. Handoff, Daguilo losing it to the baseline. Good defense by Davao King Thorns, shutting that baseline down. Solid fundamentals.
Of course, in the last game for Antipolo, they had 3 players making very impressive debuts. Keith Dagel finishing with 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Jared Cruz scoring 23 points, and Jason Castillo providing some interior defense, finished with 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 blocks.
That's right. Samantala, our score remains 2-all. So after getting quick points off each other, humigpit na bigla ang depensa nitong dalawang teams na to. Oh, the Pinoy step and the Hezi rolls out. Here come the King Thorns. 3 against 2 basically, and that is good.
That's
From, yes, Gravador getting it done para sa Davao.
And as we said earlier, in their first game, Davao did not have a player scoring in double digits, but they were led by Mandalano with 8, Sahali with 8. This guy, Gravador, who just scored at 6, and Ethan Bitare had 6. So they're still really looking for their go-to guy.
Kanina na-mention natin yung 90s na kung saan kasikatan yung nung playing days itong si Coach B-Boy Simon, no? And yung last game ng Davao na yun, the score was what, 67-44? it was such a low-scoring affair na yun. Yun nga, parang 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Yung laro na yun. And as you mentioned, no player from Davao breaking into the double-digit scoring column, no? Meanwhile,
And again, yeah, it's very early in the tournament, so for Davao, they're still trying to find their identity. As actually for Antipolo, it took them 3 games before they finally got their first victory. So no cause for concern for Coach Arvin Braganza.
samantala, on that last fast break try, ang ganda sana ng kilos ni Neil Abequebel. Kaya lang, parang baliktad yung pekto sa kanyang Pinoy step reverse. But Dagil will not miss. And that puts Antipolo up 6-4. Still no go on the offensive thrust by Davao King Thorns. Pull up J, nothing there. Offensive rebound para sa JY Titans. Oh! There was a rejection pero tinawagan ng foul si Gravador.
And in that first game for Davao, they were able to start strong in the first quarter, but in the second quarter, that's when they pretty much lost that ball game. Only able to score 7 against the 24 of Bulacan. So you cannot afford those kinds of scoring droughts, especially here in Manny Pacquiao's junior MPBL.
Of course, credit the Bulacan Taipan for just turning up the defense on that second quarter in their last game between against Davao. Good play, but equally good defensive play by the Titans as there was a monster block underneath. Kailan Dagil called for the dribbling violation on this way to the basket.
We got some subs coming in for Davao Mandalano, their leading scorer in their first game, now on the floor.
Let's see if he can make a difference right away. Checking in nearly halfway in this first quarter.
Same ball possession. Shot clock, 9 seconds.
The King Thorns of Davao have 9 seconds to shoot in this possession. Sideline inbound. Down low now, back out. Bitare trying to find a teammate and called for the travel.
Well, again, for the Davao King Thorns, half of their lineup coming from the San Beda Taytay squad. So, you know, the other half will need to be integrated into the way they're playing, as chemistry could just be an issue very early.
Meanwhile, Castillo tries a baseline jumper on the rebound battle. Possession stays with the JY Titans. Oh, there was a foul called against number 0 of Davao, Gavin Oriza. Seven to shoot for the Titans, and Castillo elicits a foul from Homalesa rather.
And Castillo, again, just playing a second game for Antipolo, really made a difference, especially on the defensive end against Marikina, as he had 5 blocks. And you know, just looking at him right now, you do not expect him to be the one providing 5 blocks.
Yes.
You expect like bean poles,
Right.
to be able to get those numbers.
And that is rare, no? Of course, itong si Jason Castillo playing either shooting guard or small forward and then getting a lot of blocks per game. Yun yung mga talent sila Dwayne Wade, di ba? Yung mga shot blocking guards, no? Samantala, scramble for the loose ball, still won by the JY Titans. Baseline jumper, too strong.
Both teams struggling very early. Very low scoring ball game, 8-4 with 4 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Kalahati ang lamang ng Antipolo JY Titans, 8-4. Davao still parang hanggang ngayon, this is their second game. Parang nangangapa pa sila, no? Samantala, yun, nakapa kagad. Gavin Oriza getting that ball na basically na-block yun, you know? The right place at the right time and then just sinking in the floater.
Well, as far as, chemistry could be an issue for them, what you cannot try to scrimp on is the energy, and you're just gonna have to keep playing hard and hope you get rewarded with turnovers like these.
Kakasabi mo lang, ginawa kagad ng Davao King Thorns, and fast break completed by Lawrence Mandalanao. Ayan na yung impact na hinahanap natin from Lawrence. Using the pick right there. Oh, just snatching the ball away was Homalesa. The lefty layup won't go. Ando na naman si Gavin Oriza to clean it all up. Napatime out si Coach B-Boy Simon. Magbabalik po ang Manny Pacquiao Jr. MPBL Season 2.
Assistant coach Mark Ordonez of the Antipolo JY Titans says that key player Jared Cruz that it was his first game when they played against Marikina. All Coach Mark could say is that his three-point shooting is on point, but Jared needs to improve in his defense and ball handling. Back to you, Eman and Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, CJ Ang. And what can you say about that last report, Coach Noy?
Yeah, of course, Jared Cruz had a rousing debut for Antipolo, finishing with 23 points. But, offense, that's going to be easy. You can plug and play someone, especially a shooter like Jared Cruz. But it's on the defensive end that he needs to make the adjustments and be able to play team defense.
Samantala, after that timeout, the score is 8-10. Lamang na po ang Davao King Thorns through the effort of number 0, Gavin Oriza, who now has 4 points to his name.
And when you say effort, literally that's how he's been getting points. Off 2 offensive rebounds, able to score. That's 4 points, all of which coming in the second chance variety.
Yung hindi para sa kanya yung play, pero talagang gumawa siya ng play para sa kanya. And here come Davao, looking to add on to this 2-point lead. Oh, winning out on the 3 by Homalesa. Antipolo now Abekebel looking for a teammate, found one, back to him though. Now he will use a screen, elbow J. Oh, that's good. Neil Abekebel. Abekebel, there you go.
A bit of a tongue twister there, but nothing twisting about that.
Buti na lang walang R. There you go. Oh, a miss by Davao once again. Antipolo is running 2-1-1 fast break. Hilario to Neil, and Neil will be fouled.
But bigla naging Neil na lang.
Neil Joaquin, pwede.
But you love seeing this from this up-and-coming hoopers. The ability to stop on a dime and be able to pull up from the free throw line. That's a lost art in basketball nowadays.
Now here's Neil. First try from the stripe.
You gotta challenge yourself, Eman. Come on.
Baka mag-glock 9 ako dito, matulala ka. Abekebel at the line. Yeah, yung first free throw bounced in. And good touch from the scribe. Itong si Neil Abekibel. Gives the lead back to his team, 12-10. Meanwhile, Homalesa will take a breather para sa Davao King Thorns.
This is actually a debut game for Neil Abekibel as already with 4 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist.
Feliciano now in for the first time para sa Davao. There he is at the corner. Now Gavin, he has have a good game so far in this first quarter. Feliciano will drive and will score the blow-by in the blink of an eye. So the score is 12-all. Close game so far between these two squads. Hilario far out to Cruz. He will shoot the three. Just a tad short, no? Yung tira ni Cruz na yun. Samantala, closing the first quarter. That attempt does not go in para sa Davao Thorns. We are tied up at 12 as we take a look at some of these highlights from the first quarter. Grabador, unang pumuntos para sa Davao. At yun naman, si Dagil para sa Antipolo. We will take a short break and Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL will return for the second quarter. Nagbabalik po tayo, streaming to you live from the Antipolo Sports Hub. Eman Cabiles, kasama si Noy Africa, and from the court side, it's CJ Ang. This is the game in the 18 and under division between Davao King Thorns versus Antipolo JY Titans.
And so far, it has been a struggle for both teams. Antipolo 4 out of 11 from the field, Davao 6 out of 16. But Antipolo has taken advantage of the free throw line, 4 out of 6, and that's why we're tied at 12 in the first quarter.
Grabador back in the game, naka-steal doon pero hindi pumasok yung dalawang attempts sa fast break nitong Davao. However, Grabador ties up Quintero. Check that, Castillo for the possession. Extra effort by Billy Grabador. Here's Sahali now. Ang taas ng bantay ng JY Titans, no? Even beyond the three-point arc, nakatao talaga sila.
That time, Grabador taking an ill-advised three.
Right.
So, way out.
Pero parang mas masama yung unforced error na yon ng JY Titans ang Antipolo. Miscommunication between two players. Samantala, Sahali now to Grabador versus Castillo. 10 to shoot para dito sa Davao. And tit for tat, ha? Ganun din. Miscue on the pass. And unforced error, basically.
Yeah, both teams exchanging unforced turnovers on consecutive possessions as Abekibel back in the ball game as Coach B-Boy Simon looking for a little more stability in that backcourt.
There he is now to Cruz. Hilario will drive and kick. Baseline J is up, but out. Taparan, offensive rebound. The putback plus the foul.
That time using his height advantage, able to grab that rebound of Gravador.
And there you go, Gravador. No chance there to reach that high arcing shot, no, by Taparan.
That's a pound-for-pound fitness foul counted play. It's an opportunity now for Taparan to complete a three-point play.
Sayang, pumasok na yung bonus free throw, pero yeah, referees waved it off as meron silang kini-clear, no?
Yeah, I think they're trying to stress where the free throw line is. As, you can see the logo
right.
right there.
Right, a bit confusing on that. That's actually the volleyball end line, no?
Well, if you can get away with it, that's way nearer.
Parang nag-floater ka lang doon. Samantala, another free throw will be awarded, and this time it's Jared Cruz shooting. Davao King Thorns unable to get that defensive rebound after the after the missed free throw by Taparan. And Jared Cruz made sure, was that a 4-point swing, Coach Noy?
Oh yeah, that was a 4-point swing, but Jared Cruz able to get his first 2 points of the ball game, and you know that shooters they like to get to the free throw line to try and find their shooting touch.
Oo, para mapulsohan, no? Samantala, going to the middle, Sahali steps back. There's a three on the way, and that is good. Coming from Alzaki. Alzaki Amir Sanki.
They're really trying to give you a difficult day today, Eman.
Kung kailan pumipiyok-piyok ako. Samantala, offensive rebound. Hindi lang pumasok yung putback, but that offensive rebound by Taparan was special as it was against 3 white shirts, no, of Davao King Thorns. And here comes the JY Titans running. Taparan bringing down that ball. Elbow J is good by Neil.
And right now, the new players for Coach B-Boy Simon just coming to play, Taparan and Abe Kibel.
Yes. Samantala, that drive and dish did not work as Sanki wasn't expecting the drop from Sahali. At ito na ulit ang Antipolo. I mean, this kid is playing like a veteran in terms of getting that foul. Samantala, we have some insights that's going to come from our courtside reporter, CJ Ang.
Thank you, Eman. Davao King Thorns key player Lawrence Mandalano says that sabi lang ni Coach ang preparation nila for this game is to stick sa kanilang system. Kasi their last few games, kulang daw sila sa chemistry. Personal preparations naman ni Lawrence was magpa-kondisyon every after training, nagdadagdag siya ng weights. Also, ang sabi lang din ni Coach is magkaroon lang din sila ng kumpiyansa sa sarili for this game. Back to you, Eman and Coach Noy.
Thank you, CJ. Meanwhile, Neil Abekibel at the line. 2 for 2.
Well, he's really making sure to give you a hard time, just continuing to contribute is Abe Kibel. But for Lawrence Mandalano, he says that Coach Arvin just wants him to stick to the system, especially when you're a new team, you're going to have chemistry issues. You want to have that fallback of the following that system, running the plays, and in the end, eventually your teammates will get it, and it will all just come together.
Samantala, that was a missed corner 3 try by Cruz, and Davao gets it back after that that unforced turnover once again in the inbound, no? Sahali continuing to remain on the floor for Davao King Thorns, and he will be fouled on his way to the basket.
And it has really been a struggle, especially for Davao on the offensive end, as right now, once again, their top scorer are Grabador and Oriza, each with just 4 points. And when the play bogs down, uh, who do you go to? Who gets the basketball? Who creates the shots? As for the side of Antipolo, they have guys like Abekibel already with 10 points, leading the way for Antipolo. As you see, Coach Arvin Braganza in long sleeves. I was asking him earlier, di ka ba nainitan, Coach?
Ano sabi sa'yo?
Okay naman daw.
Cool na cool lang ako.
Cool na cool lang.
Meanwhile, good job by point guard Zubair Sahali, going strong to the basket, getting to the line, and he just made both of his free throws, cutting this lead down to 3. The score is 20-17. Antipolo JY Titans protecting a 3-point lead. And Taparan demanding the ball at the post, and there, finally he gets it, but not at the post anymore. He takes a jumper using the glass. Mala Tim Duncan, huh?
But if you're Davao in that play, Bundok, it's not really his fault. He was able to get Taparan to receive the basketball way away from his comfort zone. Just a good, lucky shot right there for Taparan.
Well, it was good offense, but better check that. Good defense, but better offense by Taparan against Bundok.
Not only better, but also lucky offense.
Sige na nga, lucky. Porque tumama sa board, lucky ka na kagad.
Hindi sinadya yun eh.
Sadya yun.
Hindi sadya yun. Tanong natin mamaya.
Ginagawa yun. Nagtalo pa talaga eh. Samantala, balik tayo sa laro. Ito na si Neil Abekibel.
Somehow, I think you're praying that Abekibel messes up a little bit, so he sits on the bench.
Hindi naman. And this kid, yeah, I think he rarely have miscues. Yun lang, short lang on that 3-point try. The fake, the baseline J para dito sa Davao. New player basically on the floor. That's Deo Gracias. Missing the baseline jumper. Jared Cruz for 3. Hindi pa rin nakakatama itong si Jared. However, may lisensya siya, no? So okay lang yung mga attempts na yun. As shooters should keep on shooting.
And of course, they're playing with one of the premier shooter slash scorers in the history of regional basketball, B-Boy Simon. So, when you have that green light, just take it. And they're very well set up. So, Jared Cruz has not been forcing his shot. So
you're correct. Those last attempts by Jared Cruz was basically open, no? Without a defender inside. Samantala, we have another timeout. It is brought to you by Nature Spring. Nature Spring, provider of safe and affordable drinking water to Filipinos. Magbabalik po ang Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. The score is 22-17. The home team leading by 5. That's the Antipolo JY Titans versus the Davao King Thorns.
Well, I've been repeating that Davao seems to be struggling on offense, but they've managed to still keep close. They're shooting at the same rate, 36% for both teams. But, Davao, when the play breaks down, still have yet to see who will handle and look to create his shot.
Speaking of creating shots, eto na sa floor si Keith Dagil. Bumalik ulit siya, and that is good. That time coming from Lahom. Oh, check that. That was Keith Dagil.
Finally, he gets points. More points on the board is Dagil.
Akala ko yung sinabi mo finally, yung dumating lang ngayon eh. Na hindi na namin sasabihin. Pero maraming salamat po, Commissioner Keith Picasso. Always taking care of us. Samantala, yun yung sinasabi mo na offense itong Davao King Thorns. No? It is not as fluid as it should be. No? As at least their coaching staff should hope for. Halata mo na talaga meron pang chemistry issues as they are basically a new team. Sobrang new ng Davao King Thorns na they're from Davao supposed to be, pero nasa North Division sila napasali dito sa Junior MPBL Season 2. Ano ba yun, Coach Noy? Because habol sila? Humabol lang sila dito sa tournament? This is their second game basically, you know? Most of the teams already have at least 4 games.
We're gonna need some clarification on that, but right now they're down by 5 points to Antipolo, and a lot of things for them still to figure out.
Meanwhile, another offensive rebound by Taparan. If I'm not mistaken, that's his third or at least second offensive rebound. Really working the boards at ngayon humahawak sa kanyang balakang.
Well, last year we had the Davao Red Cubs. This is although it's the same Davao team, it's probably a different franchise, as they are now known as the Davao King Thorns.
But in the last season of Junior MPBL, were they in the North or South Division?
I think they were in the South Division. South Division. Actually, the 18 and under squad was able to get all the way to the national finals. However, succumbing to the Mandaluyong Junior Micro Smith.
That's right. Versus Clue, Loke found the ball bouncing sa kanya and just took that baseline for 2 points para dito sa King Thorns and Davao. 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining in our first half. 4-point lead still para dito sa Antipolo JY Titans.
But they turned the ball over on an illegal screen on Taparan. 2 personal fouls, 4th team foul. So both teams pretty much in the penalty.
Open corner 3 short. And the JY Titans are running. Jared Cruz gets that go-ahead pass. The floater is up and it is pure coming from Nino Ferrer.
Not really the best shot, but for as long as it goes in, no problem for Coach B-Boy Simon.
Another steal here para sa Antipolo. Samantala, Otagil goes baseline, finds Nino, but Nino almost lost it, gets it back, but was blocked on his way to the basket. And now Davao King Thorns are running. Good defensive recovery that time by Davao, and just leisurely pulling up for that jumper. Bitare knocking it down. Scores 27-23. And with that buzzer, our first half ends. Antipolo JY Titans still up by 4. 27-23 laban dito sa Davao King Thorns. And we will be right back for the second half as we leave you with these highlights from the first half. It is halftime here in the Antipolo Sports Hub, and while the game is stopped, we will see some halftime highlights. Yeah, from the first half of play. The the score is 27 to 23. The home team, Antipolo JY Titans, leading by 4 versus sa mga dayo ng Davao King Thorns. No? So, Coach Noy, so far, what has happened dito sa first half?
So far, Davao, despite shooting better from the field, 10 out of 23, 43% against just 9 out of 24 for Antipolo, 37%. They've been giving up too many free throws for Antipolo, a 7 attempt advantage, 7 conversion advantage for Antipolo. As you see, the leading scorers, MPBL with 10, Taparan with 5, Rizano with 4. For Davao, it's Grabador, Mandalano, and Oriza, each with 4 points.
And we now go to our fan of the game. Waiting for that. There she is, our fan of the game, and she will receive the room and linen spray coming from Chris Jacobs collection. Chris Jacob New Generation Air Freshener Room and Linen Spray is your everyday essential partner in keeping your surroundings feeling fresh, disinfected, and hotel-like. Experience a sense of royalty with Chris Jacob Everywhere Sprays. Samantala, magbabalik po ang Manny Pacquiao's Jr. MPBL for the third quarter. And we are about to start our third quarter here in the game. In the 18 and under division, Davao King Thorns trailing the home team Antipolo JY Titans by 5. The score is 27 to 23. Still Eman Cabiles kasama si Noy Africa. Our courtside reporter is CJ Ang. And as we've seen earlier, no, the top scoring dito para sa Antipolo JY Titans is Neil Abekebel, and ang galing nun na siya yung court general ng team niya, pero siya yung top scoring. Though kung titingnan natin yung game ni Neil, he's not really looking to score, no? We see him dishing out assists and trying to find his teammates, pero when his team needs him to score, he will do so.
Yeah, and that's very important, especially at the point guard position. You can't afford to be too passive on offense. You have to make yourself a threat, so as you make the defense commit to you, and then that's when you start setting up your teammates. And very quickly also for Davao, one of their sponsors, All Win Feeds, All Win sa laki, All Win sa bigat, at All Win sa kita, manufactured at their feed mill located in Sitio Sagkahan, Barangay Poblacion, Cananga, Leyte.
Maayong hapon sa inyong tanan dyan sa Leyte at sa Davao. And yes, hi to Alwin Feeds.
And very interesting that it's Davao playing right now, but we're pretty sure that there are supporters from Leyte watching this ball game. So it really is ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Hindi lang bata, probably liga ng bawat Pilipino.
Yes. Samantala in the third quarter, Antipolo JY Titans already has 4 points. Already generated 4 points. The score is 31-23. Hindi pa nakakapuntos dito ang Davao. Sahali, the runner, too strong. Rebound battle, may foul.
That was literally a battle between Quintero and Grabador.
And Quintero, lost that battle apparently. Called for the foul.
Actually, this guy, Grabador, reminds me of a player, medyo sounds alike, si Jeffrey Graves. You know, he used to play for the San Miguel Beermen in the pros. He's very active. He's not looking to score. He's just trying to do whatever is expected from him. A role player. But so far, he has been leading his team in scoring with 4 points.
Oh, what a pass right there by number 6. Feliciano. At tinapos yun ni Humalesa. And here comes Davao once again. Sahali, corner 3, blocked by Castillo upstairs.
And for Castillo, that is block number 2. Remember, in his first game had 5. As Grabador will miss from the outside.
Right. Not really a pretty shot from the corner 3 by Grabador that time. Medyo malayo yung mga tinamaan. That 3-point try by Bailon also bounces out. So 25-31 is our score. 6-point lead para dito sa Antipolo JY Titans. 7 minutes pa ang natitira sa ating third quarter. Dagil, the Hesi, the step back. Oh, the bucket! That's from Rainbow Country. Keith Dagil knocking it down and giving his squad a 9-point lead right now.
That's the first 3-pointer for Antipolo after 7 attempts.
And a foul. Oh, that's an offensive foul called on Davao. Samantala, we have a report coming from our courtside reporter, CJ Ang. Take it away, CJ.
Thank you, Eman. Jared Cruz, the key player of the Antipolo JY Titans, says that his personal preparation coming into this game was to shoot around the court after training. He also mentioned that the coaching staff has told him to play his role and that he will work on his defense and ball handling, as what Coach Mark has mentioned earlier. Back to you, Eman and Coach Noy.
Thank you, CJ. As Davao scores once again.
And that's exactly how you create separation from a good player to a better player. The extra work. And for Jared Cruz, that means putting up more shots, just as Castillo. That was Araquiel with 2 points.
Meanwhile, the score is 39-27. The lead has ballooned to 12 points para dito sa Antipolo JY Titans.
I think that last basket for Antipolo was from Castillo.
Yes.
Yeah. A little confusion there.
Jason Castillo doing it all para dito sa kanyang koponan, no? The blocks and the buckets.
Already with 8 points in the ball game to go with 3 rebounds. And 2 blocks.
Meanwhile, Dagil probing, now taking the shot and putting it in.
You've got some great scorers coming in for Antipolo. Dagil and Cruz playing only in their second game. Sama mo na rin si Jason Castillo.
And of course, itong si Neil Abekebil na, di ba, as we've said, if he doesn't need to score, he won't. Pero if he does, kanina, nung first half, siya yung top scorer nitong Antipolo squad.
Okay, so that's where the confusion is coming from.
Right.
On our lineup, it's Rizano, but that is Dagil wearing jersey number 18 for Antipolo.
Okay. Well, I guess we base it on the jersey, no? Para mas malinaw.
Yeah, of course, but Jared Cruz making sure this time 4 points in the ball game.
Loki now being hounded by number 12 Bailon, and Bailon will pick up a foul. Samantala, timeout has been called, and this timeout is brought to you by Nature Spring, provider of safe and affordable drinking water to Filipinos. Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL will be right back. Before we resume play, we'd like to acknowledge and thank our generous and kind sponsors. Number one, ang Pound for Pound Fitness, the right bola ng Pinoy, official ball of Junior MPBL. We got Pound Active, Wing Bowl, Nature Spring, Jinky Skin, Chris Jacob Collection, and of course, Don Benito, isang pangbansang kasaba. 3 minutes and 35 remaining in the third quarter. The home team still up here, 43-30. Is this the biggest lead of Antipolo, Coach Noy, against Davao?
Yeah, so far it has been another thing about Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. It's not just a showcase of the players. It's not just a showcase of the coaches, but also a showcase of local products.
Yon.
So,
which are
in the social media era. You made a rundown of our sponsors here in the league, so that's why it's a good platform for everyone, and of course being able to watch basketball and give these kids something to do during the summer.
And you're right, no? Tama. Proudly Filipino made itong ating mga sponsors, basically the products of our sponsors.
And ang ating napakasarap na lunch from Goto Box.
That's right.
We're now becoming walking billboards here. We have the lighting.
Di ba? Kaya siguro. Libre na yung kuryente. However, an offensive foul was called against Mandalano after his first bucket in the first half. Coach Noy, he hasn't gotten himself going in this game so far.
And so far for Davao, their leading scorer only with 5 points. That's Loke against already 2 players in double digits for Antipolo. You've got Dagil with 14 and Abikibel with 10.
Here's a chance for the Davao King Thorns to cut this lead down. It stands at 13. Pero wala doon yung 3 ni Loke. Bad news for them. Well-rested Neil Abekebil is back in the game para sa Antipolo.
And Castillo will hit from the outside, will be the 3rd player in double digits for Antipolo.
De Leon will use the screen, pick and roll, Mandolano underneath, and using his strength to at least get the foul on that attempt. Nang mama na tong si Mandolano.
So far for Davao, they're playing a little too much one-on-one. As this time Mandolano trying to play the lone wolf.
Right. Now here he is at the stripe. Lawrence Mandolano. First free throw, wala pa rin. He has 4 points to his name in this game. Talagang doon mo na-connect ha. Let's see, kung may Baby Yoda tong si Lawrence, yun, pwede yan. Pwede yung sinasuggest mo. Kaya lang, 2 free throws ang na-miss nitong si Mandolano. And at the other end, Dagil continues to pour it on for the JY Titans.
And Dagil right now with 17 points in the ball game.
Leading all scorers, itong si Keith Matthew Dagil, and trying to get himself going, Lawrence Mandolano, getting himself back at the line, pero kakagaling lang niya dyan at 2 yung na-miss niya. Let's see, hindi pa rin niya mapulsohan, so 3 straight misses in a row. Concerned na si Coach.
As they've been outscored 21-7 in the third quarter, and they cannot afford this slow start. As we said earlier in the game against JT Bulacan Taipan, this happened in the second quarter, getting outscored 24-7, and you know,
Right now it's happening in the third.
that's right, and they're gonna need to address this run very quickly and go on a run of their own.
With 50 seconds remaining in the third, Antipolo JY Titans have posted their biggest lead of the match at 18 points. 48-30 is our score. Vitare almost out of control. Gets it back. Oh, the fake, the drop, and beautiful play. Orchestrated by Loke to Lago.
They're gonna need more of that team play. Will definitely help them as individually. They've been stopped by the defense of Antipolo, and they're gonna have to keep that ball hopping around to get those easy baskets.
I wonder if Ashton Drew Lago is related
To
in
the
any way
Lagos.
to the Lago brothers. Huh? Mga idol ko dati sa Lasal yun eh.
San
Si
Miguel ko
Elmer-
na kasi sila pinapanood eh.
Elmer and Dwight.
Especially Elmer.
Yeah.
Was it Elmer who played for San Miguel, or was it Dwight?
Dwight. It was Dwight
yeah.
Lago. Yeah. Alam mo kung bakit sila idol sa, lalo na si Dwight sa Lasal.
Dahil
Because-
nag-champion?
Hindi lang sa dahil nag-champion, because Dwight Lago was a Dean's Lister. Even kahit high-profile athlete siya ng DLSU before. No? So, talagang personification of a student athlete. In the meantime, with 3 seconds to go, Antipolo is running, and that will count. The buzzer-beating layup by MPBL is counted, and at the end of the third quarter, Antipolo JY Titans up by 20 points, 52-32 is our official score. Manny Pacquiao's junior MPBL will be back for the fourth and final quarter. Nagbabalik po tayo dito sa Antipolo Sports Hub. Eman Cabiles kasama si Noy Africa. 18 and under division Antipolo JY Titans hosting ang mga dayo na Davao King Thorns, and the home team is leading now by 20 points, 52-32. Before we start the fourth quarter, Coach Noy, take us through what happened in the first three.
And in that third quarter, Antipolo able to outscore Davao 25-9, and right now they're shooting 47% from the field, although Davao 42% from the field, very decent, but they've gotten 7 less attempts from the field and have made 5 less. So that is pretty much the difference in score, and also they've given up too many free throws to Antipolo. 11 conversions for Antipolo, only 2 for Davao, so that's a 9-point differential right there.
And once again, Davao, King Thorns playing like it was in the 90s. No? Their top scorer only has 5 points. And we just started the fourth quarter dito sa 18-under game between these two squads. Samantala, Dakil coming alive in the third, and he has 19 points right now. Meron pa tayong isang buong quarter.
Although for Davao, you have 10 players scoring already scored in this ball game. You like that?
Yes.
The consistency, the balance. But when your top scorer only has 5 points, that's going to be a problem, especially since you're here in the junior MPBL and the competition here really high. And as you see right there, another steal by Abekibel, and able to finish. And right now, we're very comfortable saying his name.
Yes, Neil Abekibel. Simple, parang napakasimple ng basketball for this young gentleman. No?
That's a miss for Humalesa.
And itong si Neil Abekibel, I think, watching his play right now, parang similar din yung play ng isang prize point guard nitong si Coach B-Boy Simon na nasa PCU naman. I'm trying to recall the name of that point guard, pero pareho sila. Good court general, has great court vision, does what his team needs, no? In the court to score, distribute the ball, and even defend.
Of course, that's an imperative, especially for coach like Coach B-Boy Simon. During his days with the Laguna Lakers, he needed someone to set him up. You don't score 54 points just by hogging that basketball. He was getting set up continuously, and just really shows the importance of having a point guard.
Samantala, corner 3 bounces out para dito sa Antipolo JY Titans. Scramble for the ball. Antipolo retains possession. Good job right there by number 22 of Antipolo. Tracking the miss, and Taparan tracking the miss and diving for that loose ball. No? Turnover. Offensive foul on Antipolo.
That's on Abehuela.
Abehuela.
They're really trying to make our lives difficult here.
Abehuela, kakampi ni Abekibel. Oh. That's 3 vowels in a row sa kanyang pangalan. Si Kay. Si Kay Abehuela. Check that. Abehuela. Makukuha rin natin yan, Coach Noy. And please bear with us.
Of course, this is now the 4th game being played by the Antipolo JY Titans, but it's our first time getting to cover this team, looking to balance out their record at 2-2 with a victory here.
Samantala, Feliciano, again a good play by Feliciano, setting up a teammate. Kanina ginawa niyan kay nasabihin ko Mandalorian dahil yun yung sinulat mo eh. Mandalano. And now, that pick and roll with Gravador. Positive results naman as Gravador was fouled going up for the layup.
Well, so far, it looks like Feliciano moving forward could be the lead guard for the Davao King Thorns. We've seen some impressive play from him, setting up his teammates, but you want him to be a little more aggressive on the offensive side of things, especially since this team really lacking in offensive firepower.
Yes. At ngayon na nga, parang opensa na. Ang concern talaga ng coaching staff ng Davao was as the 2 point guards, Sahali and Feliciano, pinagsabay na, Coach Noy. Pag pinagsasabay mo 2 point guards, Coach Noy, ano usually ang aim mo?
Well, for one thing, you'd want to push the pace. Usually, that's an adjustment on the side of the defensive end, as you want to pressure the basketball, and also to be able to handle any kind of ball pressure being implemented by the other team.
In the meantime, we have an official's timeout. It is brought to you by Nature Spring, provider of safe and affordable drinking water to Filipinos. Magbabalik po kami in a bit. And we are back. Technical issues solved. Score is 54-32. The lead is ballooned to 22 para dito sa home team ng Antipolo JY Titans versus Davao King Thorns. At tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang onslaught ng JY Titans. Another 3 there by Dagil.
That's now 22 points for him as they've managed to outscore Davao 30-9 in the second half.
That's right. And our officials again has stopped the play. Let's see. Yeah, we're still waiting for the reason on why the play was stopped. As it seems to be a confidence of officials right now. Okay. All right, so we are just testing the buzzer and making sure that everybody's safe after. I think they're tinkering with the wires there to get it going, huh? To get it working.
But it's good to know that it's up and running, and
Yes.
this game still a big problem for Davao. They're down big, 25 points.
I mean, we have a very big chance that this game will not go into overtime. Di ba? As kasama ko ang legendary coach Noiver Time Africa. Pero kahit hindi mag-overtime, may delays pa rin. Ano ba talaga, Noy? The score is 57-32. Under 7 minutes to go in the fourth.
Of course, we still have 2 games to go. The 16 and 14 under matchup between Antipolo and Davao still coming up next.
There's 3 from Davao and splashing it home is Zubayel Sahali. Kaya lang nakalimutan na lang dumipesa on the transition and capitalizing on it. Lordy Saez of Antipolo.
And you cannot afford to celebrate just because you made a 3-pointer. You're going to have to get back on defense, and right away, Antipolo taking advantage, bouncing on that miscue.
It's still a 24-point lead here para sa Antipolo JY Titans. And apparently, yeah, Antipolo is now in penalty with 6 minutes to go in the fourth. So Bill Jeremy Gravador back at the line. Oh, nothing but net on that first try.
He did have 4 early points in the first quarter, but has been silent.
Splitting his charities was Bill Jeremy. And yung etong penalty situation ng Antipolo JY Titans is one of the best scenarios ngayon, no, para dito sa naghahabol na Davao King Thorns.
And you're going to want them to start attacking the paint. That's going to be Hail Mary from MPBL, not answered.
Right. As the shot clock was winding down, ang layo pa niya sa shooting position. Here's Gravador. Bill will use the pick. Goes up. Too strong on the runner. Our officials helping Bill Jeremy to get up. Samantala on the other end. It was 4 against 5. And Antipolo easily gets a bucket. New face para dito sa Davao. Beautiful play sa Lazar. The short stab is good.
They've had some success of those drop passes, and it's just really a commitment to the system. Just run the sets, and it's right. It's there. The sets are there for you to get easy points. And for as long as Davao tries to continue to play
Yes.
within that system, I think they're gonna get better. As, this is only their second game.
Kanina pa ginagawa yun ni Feliciano tsaka ni Sahali, at kanina yung last play was done by Non, while Gravador kind of forced that one up. Again, too strong. Ang lakas ng braso nitong bata na tong si Bill Jeremy Gravador.
But a little too much one-on-one though.
Yes.
You're gonna want to get that set up.
As we said, their drive and draw plays has been working wonders for them, if not the only bright spot sa kanilang mga opensa, no? And as long as hindi na huhuli yun ng kalaban, why not continue to do it? 61-38 is our score. Oh, down low. And that is good for Jason Castillo. Oh, check that. That was Taparan.
So right now, the new recruits of Coach B-Boy Simon has really been leading the team. In their previous game, you had 3 players contributing in their debut games. You've got Dagil, Cruz, Castillo, and now it's Abekibel and Tagaran providing the points for Antipolo.
Meanwhile, jumper there was converted by Bitare. But that was, again, coming from a one-on-one play, no? Cruz has hit a couple, pero not as much as his production in their last game. Pero that time, he stayed with the play and got that layup. Meanwhile, we have a Nature Spring timeout. It was called by the Davao coaching staff. Manny Pacquiao's Jr. MPBL will return shortly. As we return to the action, a little over 3 minutes remaining in this 18 and under game between Davao King Thorns and Antipolo JY Titans. The home team up by 25 points.
And right now, it's an opportunity for the other players for Antipolo to earn their minutes. You still have Jared Cruz on the floor, only with 6 points after exploding for 23, but he had the luxury of having a quote-unquote bad game. That's the other players stepping up big. Of course, Dagil with 22 points, Abekibel with 14, and Castillo with 10. So that allows Cruz to, not have to force shots because he knows that somebody else is there.
Oh, was that a puto play? Yes, it was. And look at the expression of Coach B-Boy Simon as Martin just made a bucket for the opposing team. And yun ba yung mga nagte-trending, Coach Noy? Pero wag naman sana.
And not only that, after scoring on the other end, turns the ball over right away.
Yes. And there he goes. He just checked in actually. Zion Martin. And minsan excited lang talaga eh. Samantala, nothing there on the offensive thrust by Davao. Jumper by Bitare bounces out. And another turnover by Antipolo JY Titans. That's Abuan. And basically, they now have their second or third stringers no, on the floor.
Probably even fourth. Because you have you're allowed to play 20 players in a game. But you can see Coach B-Boy Simon still continuing to reprimand his players
Of
for
course.
not playing the right way.
We're nearing the last 2 minutes. The lead is 23 for Antipolo JY Titans, and of course, Coach B-Boy Simon will not let up. Siyempre, sabihin niya, ito na yung mga pagkakataon yung maglaro, ayusin nyo, di ba?
And I don't think he's looking at the score anymore.
No, no.
Really continuing to evaluate the players. Because moving forward, you want that deep bench. And you're still looking for another player that probably could fit into the grand scheme of things.
He is looking so intense talking about Coach B-Boy Simon as if it's just a 1-point lead by Antipolo JY Titans.
He doesn't look happy at all.
Especially pagkatapos tumira sa kabilang goal yung isang player niya.
Yeah, but that time Humalesa able to get another 2 points, 8 points total for him. And actually, he is the nephew of Coach Mark Humalesa, who played also for the UP Fighting Maroons. Had the same journey as Coach Arvin Braganza, both of them coming from the San Beda Red Cubs, which used to be in Manila, and made the move to the UP Fighting Maroons. And ito nga, si Humalesa playing here is his nephew.
Beta pala, kaya pala alam na alam mo. Yung mga Red Lions yan.
Of course, they were batches lower than me, Braganza and Coach Mark Humalesa. Although I think we're years ahead kami ni Coach Mark against Arvin Braganza. As Humalesa will miss. But
yeah, Lago clears it up. Ashton Drew Lago. Di ba?
natuwan-tuwa kay
Ashton!
natuwa ka dahil dun sa Lago eh. Dahil idol mo yung, yung
really,
Lago brothers
Ashton.
eh.
I mean, kailan pa sa mga huling mga kinover natin, kailan tayo naka-come across a name na Ashton. Yeah, parang kotse ni James Bond.
Nevertheless, Davao putting in a much better effort here in the fourth quarter already with 14 points against just 13 for Antipolo. I mean, they're gonna come up with a loss, but you try to take all the positives.
Right.
Of course, the play of Feliciano, I think he has great potential being a point guard for this team. And also, of course, Mandalano and Sahali. You've got a lot of impressive performances, but just not enough, especially against the juggernaut presented by Dagil, Abekibel, and Castillo for Antipolo.
Abekibel carrying the team, pacing the Antipolo team in the first half of play, and then by the second half, Dagil took over. 41 seconds remaining. The lead is 19 para sa home team ng Antipolo JY Titans. And really no rush here for the offense of Antipolo, even if they only have 7 seconds to shoot at backward violation pa sila. Again, Coach B-Boy Simon not happy as though that turnover is game-changing, no?
Actually, I think for some of the players, they're afraid for the buzzer to sound because even with this huge victory, a 19-point advantage at this stage, they're still probably gonna get some sort of reprimands.
Right. And yung ibang players naman na nakaupo, sabi nila buti na lang.
Okay na tayo.
Okay na tayo, palamig lang tayo dito sa Antipolo. Samantala, 3-point shot goes overboard. With 7 seconds to go, this is decided. The home team, Antipolo JY Titans, winning big in their home floor. 65 to 46 over the Davao King Thorns.
It was a total team effort. Of course, you've got 3 players in double digits. You've got 14 points for Abekibel, 10 points for Castillo, but I feel like it was really Dagil who led them he did lead them in scoring.
Right.
He will finish with 22 points, 4 out of 7 from the three-point area, 5 rebounds, and 3 steals, doing everything on both ends of the floor, being the catalyst for this victory for Antipolo.
And there you go. Right now, our courtside reporter, CJ Yang, is tracking down our best player of the game, who is Dagil. What's his first name again, Coach Noy? There you go, Keith Matthew Dagil. Samantala, we still have 2 more games to go. It is still going to be between these 2 cities or areas. Cities, yeah, Davao and Antipolo in the 16 and under and the 14 and under division. And I think nahila na kagad ang ating best player ni Coach Biboy Simon sa dugout, no? After that, yun, parang meron siyang gusto kagad i-sermon sa mga players. Even with a 19-point lead dito. And there you go. There, finally, our FD, good old reliable FDs, track down our best player of the game. We now turn you over to CJ Ang.
Thank you, Eman. Mga kaliga, kasama ko ngayon ang ating player of the game with 22 points and 5 rebounds, Keith Dagil of the Antipolo JY Titans. Keith, coming into this game, both squads wants to take this win, but your team has dominated this game. What can you say about your win today?
Dahil lang po sa kakainsahe po namin, dahil unang game po namin, 2 talo po kami agad. Kailangan po namin bumawi, kailangan hindi po namin matalo. Kailan po.
Keith, meron ka magustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Salamat po sa Titan, sa mga boss po namin. And shoutout rin po sa Fitness Zone, sa Rizala, kay Coach Aaron, kay Toby, sa tatlong biyani nila po.
Thank you and congratulations, Keith, and to your team. Before anything else, we would like to thank our dear sponsor, Don Benitos, for providing a sumptuous Filipino delicacy to our player of the game, Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasava. Back to you, the panel.
And there you have it, our Don Benitos, player of the game, Keith Matthew Dagil. He finished with 22 points for the JY Titans of Antipolo. Samantala, coming up next, 16 and under division, Davao King Thorns. Makakabawi ba sila sa JY Titans ng Antipolo in the next game? Magbabalik po ang Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 2.
Sumuko sa gustong gawin, isang pangarap